Hey guys, I've just seen a Herald Sun article put out. The article's title is 50-Year Mortgages Not Off the Table, Big Four Bank CEO Says. I want to comment on this because I've previously put out a video with my thoughts on are we debt slaves? And this sort of thing basically kind of complements my thoughts when it comes to that point. Firstly, I don't know how they're going to do 50-year mortgages if you're 30 years old and you take out a 50-year mortgage, you're going to be 80 years old. So I don't know how they make that happen. Obviously, the powers that be, if they want to make something happen, they'll make it happen. Don't worry about that. They'll just change the laws. The first thing I think from a mortgage broker's point of view is, well, if you make the loan term a lot longer, it makes the loan repayments a lot lower. And what that means is your borrowing power increases, because what the bank does when they're assessing you for finance is they're looking at your income and they're looking at your living expenses and they're looking at your expense on the loan you're going to take out. So if you take out a 50-year loan, it's going to massively decrease the monthly repayment, which is going to be able to increase the amount you borrow. So if you do a basic calculation of that, another 20 years on existing 30 years, that's a 66% increase in borrowing power. So if the average loan size goes up by 66%, or the average 50-year loan size increases the borrowing power by 66%, it's going to make a massive change on the market, because all of a sudden you've got these people in the market now with massive amounts of borrowing power. All of that is just going to go into the property market. But my point is that we're turning into debt slaves. If you are in debt for 50 years, you're a debt slave. Sorry, that's what you are. The thing about debt is you don't have freedoms to do other stuff. You're buying a house that you want to live in. Yes, you get that lifestyle now. You bring that purchase ahead by 30 years. But in this case, it's actually 50 years. You're bringing a purchase ahead 50 years for your lifestyle now. But for the next 50 years, or however long you've got that debt for, you're sacrificing that because you're going to repay that back with interest. 50 years sounds like a bloody long time to be able to do that. And then after that, the question is obviously, how do you retire? And I think Australia soon are going to come into the next phase of this, which is the retirement crisis. So all of these people starting to enter retirement with debt is not a good mix. And actually, if you look at as far Australian Super Fund Association's estimates of what a modest income is at retirement, at the age of 67, by the way, it's $30,000 a year. It's about $30,000 a year. So that is modest. And if you add any debt repayment onto that, that's actually going to put a lot of people into massive amounts of hardship. And that's why I say there's a retirement crisis coming at some point in the future. Because I see people in their 50s and they come to me, they know they've got a problem, they want to borrow their way out of it by buying investment properties, getting capital gain. It's a strategy I don't like, because it's potentially putting someone in a bad situation into a far worse situation. 50-year mortgages. What I want to say about the property market in general, and this probably goes out to the people who think it has to crash. I'm certainly in that group. But here's the thing. What I've learned over 17 years of being in finance is that government will bring thing after thing after thing to prop up the housing market. And actually what's happened is the rest of our economy is paying the cost for it. And the policy that our governments are making, okay, let's just shove more people, let's immigrate more people in, because we can make GDP go up quite easily by bringing in a shit ton of immigrants, and it makes our numbers look good. That's why our politicians get on the news and they spruik about how successful they are. But if you, an average person in Australia right now, you're really feeling the pinch. Feeling the pinch of higher interest rates. You're feeling the pinch of higher cost of living, higher energy, higher everything, higher petrol. And this is the thing, there's a great divide here. And the truth is the politicians are doing a great job. They're doing a great job for the people they represent. From what I've witnessed is the average person has got to stop saying things in terms of Labor good, Liberal bad, or Liberal good, Labor bad, or for heaven forbid, Greens good, someone else bad, because that is the tools that they're using to get votes, to keep all of us occupied, and to bring in these policies which favour their rich mates, because that's all it's doing. For you and I and 80%, 90% of the population, this sort of stuff is going to continue to happen until something actually breaks down. And people just emotionally think, oh, the property market's going to crash. Maybe it does one day, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe we are only 50% through this process. So I just want people to think about, what if this crash never happens or doesn't happen for another 10 or 15 years? What is life going to look like if the cost of living and property and everything else is increasing faster than our wages? And that's the truth, though. I can find some graphs to prove that. I've done videos on those graphs before, and it's one of the reasons why people have to make a plan. And I kind of feel like people haven't made a plan. And I think the reason for that is that we've just been conned. Like, we got conned into thinking that we were prosperous and we were wealthier than what we thought we were. And really, in the GFC, we should have realised that. And if you look at government spending, federal government deficits, since that time, most of the years we've been in deficit. And what that tells me on a national level is that we're spending money to keep up appearances. As always with debt, there is an end to it. And the actual average guy on the street are starting to feel it in all of the ways you're viscerally feeling it right now. I think that's the point of what I wanted to say. You've got to do something. You've got to make a plan. Don't rely on the government, because the trend that's been happening is going to continue to happen until it falls apart, and we don't know when that is. Sorry for the bad news, but if anyone has any questions or comments, if you're in the Facebook community, you can actually ask any questions with your personal finances anonymously. If you've got any comments, agree or disagree. If you think I've gone full kooker, that's cool. Disagree, but I just want to get your points, and I want them based on facts, not emotions. Okay, cheers.